Welcome to Toronto. Great to have you guys here for such an extraordinary movie. I don't even know where to start. On a personal level, when you guys got this script, how did it hit your heart? Want to start?
Man, it really. So the playwright Terrell McCraney, who wrote the play on which the script is based, has been a friend of mine for about 10 years, and I've done a bunch of his plays in the theater, and each and every one of them have hit my heart. It feels like it was written about my family, frankly. So to me, it was the easiest yes I've ever made, easiest decision I've ever made.
How about you?
I mean, I absolutely did it to kind of backdoor. It was the most beautiful script that I had ever had the opportunity to read, and it was something that tugged at my heart so heavily because, you know, like I said, I feel like I've known Chiron, and I feel like I've loved Chiron and seen him in passing sometimes. So it was just something that was such an easy yes to say yes to.
Now, what I find really interesting, and I'm just talking to Barry, that you never got to meet the younger guys who played Chiron. I find that fascinating. Were you ever curious to see, like, maybe what they did, and or was it important to just make them your own? You know, I find that amazing.
I absolutely wanted to know everything that the younger me's were doing, but Barry was really adamant about specifying, making us know that it was this part of the chapter was for this part of the chapter, and this for this part of, you know what I mean? So everything was really segmented in a certain way that he wanted us to stay true to our segment.
Yeah, really amazing. And how about, same with you?
Same. I wanted to desperately. I went down early and kept trying to figure out where he was and how I could find him, but Barry was very much against it. But I think in retrospect, it was actually a really cool thing to do, because it also, I think, in a subtle way, kind of tells the story that we're always reinventing ourselves, right? Yeah. So, like, there's really no use in looking back and saying, well, what exactly did I do in that moment? Because today's a new day.
Exactly.
And we're a new version.
Yeah, good point. Okay, I just want to know about the chemistry between the two of you, because when we see the two of you in that diner together, it's to me as if you had been friends for 100 years. I mean, I want to know about your first meeting together.
Oh, man. We actually first met the night that we shot the car scene.
Yeah.
That was the first day we'd actually met. And it was just this instant rapport because, I mean, I look up to him. He's, you know, a classically trained actor. He's a beautiful person, a beautiful heart. So it was really easy for me to kind of assume the role of Chiron in a sense that I felt like that relation was the same.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. And it helped me too, because we didn't know each other, and I feel like that's what Kevin was, is trying to figure out who is this person now. He's changed. He's not who I remember. So in a lot of ways, it really, affected the listening, the way we listened to each other, which I think creates the chemistry.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I don't want to give it too much about what Kevin happens, and happens because he's peer pressured and whatever. But when the two of you meet up again, like, what's going through your mind as a human being to try and reach out to somebody that you loved, and not even just as a good best friend that you had to betray? Yeah, that's so really tough.
So much. I mean, the thing that kept coming up for me was guilt and shame. Those are the two things that I kept every time. For me, it made it hard to look at him because all I saw was, I had a hand in creating what he's become. When he talks about, I'm not to give anything away, but that he's living the life that he's living. I think Kevin feels really responsible for that and guilty about that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, wanting desperately to reconnect with him.
Of course, yeah. Listen, it's it's just beautiful. At the end of the day, what are you hoping that audiences will walk away from with this film?
I hope that they walk away and I hope they walk away with a new understanding of, like, you know what? These people who look like, these are the people who I pass by on the street, and I may think they're one way, but actually they're more complicated than that. So maybe they deserve a second look.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And to kind of piggyback off of that again, I just want people to understand that love is love is love. You know what I mean? Like, regardless of your gender, regardless of who you love, regardless of your skin color, it's all the same. You strip all that away. The only thing that drives us really is love. So.
There you go. Well said. Congratulations,
Thank you.
You're
Thank you so much.
Fabulous in this movie, really.
Thank you so much.
Heart goes out to you. Thank you.